Now, dating site Match.com posted a controversial advert on the social media site TikTok called Things That Make Him Realise I'm a Keeper. This ad has now been banned by the Advertising Standards Authority for promoting negative gender stereotypes. It starts with a woman saying that she will always make sure she makes her man a protein shake after the gym, and then she goes on to say,
I always make sure he has a fresh towel and socks for after his shower. I put the football on for him every evening.
Oh, well, you can tell what the audience think of that.
I'm with you.
Well, do you think it was the right decision to ban it? Really interesting to get that reaction
No,
there.
actually, I don't. And I'll tell you why I don't, because it's so obviously tongue-in-cheek. It's obviously
I don't think it's
a
obvious
joke.
enough.
It is, well, you can tell that the voice isn't even real. It's like a robotic voice. It's almost like, let's remove anything with a sense of humour or a joke in it from anywhere, because
I think
one
that's a standard
single
TikTok
person
voice, by the way.
might be offended, and that person is obviously Nadia.
So the audience weren't loving it, were you?
Well, no, because instantly, if you look at it, it's a dating site, and it's done as a joke. It's done as...
Well,
it is. It's not going to lead anybody into something they don't want to get into,
the thing
is it?
I didn't find it funny. And the thing is, it's open. At the moment, we have to be so careful. There's so much going on online around coercive control. Sometimes I have to have loads of conversations with my kids about, oh, no, that's not OK. And that kind of message, I believe there was going to be a second part to the ad. But if that's just going out on its own, I didn't think it was particularly funny. It wasn't done as enough of a parody.
Well, just to tell you why it was banned, you know, just the reasons that they gave, the ASA said it created an impression of an unequal relationship between the couple, and that connecting the woman doing domestic chores with becoming a keeper reinforced the idea that women should be subservient to men in order to maintain a successful relationship.
So you at your age, you're going to laugh about it.
But Match.com said it wasn't one-sided, but they did acknowledge it'd be more appropriate to include gestures by both characters in the same video.
So what they're saying is that women, even if they choose to, it's not good for them to be able to do something that they want to do to please their husband, right? Is that what you're saying? That you can't do that?
It's not saying that you can't do that.
I'm not
but
saying
if
you
see...
have to do it all the time, but... Well, you know, if you want to, it's a joke. The advert is a joke. It's a tiny
It reinforces...
joke.
I think the argument would be that it reinforces a negative stereotype that we have all become very familiar with over generations, which has led a lot of women to become subservient to men and to be less independent than men. And that's something that historically we can record.
I think it's more... it's more younger people that might look at that. An older person is going to go, oh, please, or find it funny.
Not necessarily. Brenda, what do you think?
I kind of agree with Carol, because there are two sides to it, and it would be good if they portrayed it from the woman's angle and the man's angle so that you can get an objective
well, that's what they didn't do.
reaction to it. I don't
they didn't
take
get the chance.
I don't necessarily take offence to it because, as Carol said, there are some people who want to do that, and that's down to them. It's your own personal choice. I think people are sometimes a little bit touchy. I don't want to go as far as coercive control side of things. Obviously, I've got a domestic abuse history myself, so it's a fine... That's a... You know, that could be a bit of a trigger for some
somebody
people,
that was under very controlling behaviour.
Yeah, but as Carol said, it's an automated voice. It's not somebody... You know, I'm thinking, if she wants to do that to please her husband, let her please her husband. What does my man want to do to please me? I want to know that too. Let him please me. Let's please each other.
That might be in part two of the advert, but they can't use the advert anymore, so we'll never see it.
Do you know what? My sister, tell you a funny story. My sister came in yesterday, Dina, raging from the supermarket. She goes, why do some women take their husbands to the supermarket? She says, I've just spent half an hour longer than I needed to in the supermarket because I had to follow this man. I wanted to do either a proper arrest. If I'd been a WPC, I would have arrested him, or I was thinking about doing a citizen's arrest. I was like, what's happened? And she said, well, there was this woman with her husband. Horrible he was. And she'd said to him, oh, should we get some peas? And he said, we've got peas. And she said, oh, I'm sorry. And he said, how did you not know we've got peas? And my sister said it was so horrible, the way that he spoke to her, that she followed them all the way round. And that's what you do. She's a real South London bird. She said, everywhere he stopped, I stopped and just went...
But people, everyone bickers in the supermarket. You want to criminalise people for bickering in the supermarket?
No, she said she was like shaky. The woman was a bit shaky and like nervous.
To me, all that does is illustrate how difficult and how fine a line it is between, you know, a couple who are bickering and they've got a cob on and, you know, somebody's in a bad mood and an ongoing situation where one of them, and it's not always, you know, male on female, not always.
No, exactly.
But where one is over-dominating the other. Well, there's a whole different story,
But there would be a smile and a laugh. She said this woman was shaky and looked really nervous.
Yeah, horrible. It's difficult. I mean, personally, I don't see any point in reinforcing it because, as Nadia said, I don't think it was that funny. If it's meant to be funny, it wasn't funny.
Very weak.
Anyway.
Tongue in cheek, not funny.
Yeah.